different atoms have different properties. There's lots to understand in there, lots we don't understand yet, but we're really pretty far down the road. I mean, and we get that there's different kinds of bonds made between different atoms, that they have different weights and different properties, and that when you mix them in certain arrangements, you'll create something with new properties. It's like carbon can take the form, of black junk, and then carbon can take, soot, and then it can take the form of a diamond, depending on how the atoms are arranged and in what circumstance they're tied to each other and what kind of matrix they form. It's interesting, but it's not going to answer the question of what are human beings, what is life on Earth. That question is going to be answered, by a different kind of skepticism. Let's see. What else can we say about this shit? But yeah, like the physics, it's like pyro. There's simple answers, and then there's phantasmagorical gingerbread answers. And there is cause and effect answers to questions. Like pyro was going on about why does an atom release a photon? And well, we've been over this stuff before, but there's simple cause and effect reasons. It could be because atoms are on a time cycle, that they can only release a photon when a certain circumstance is met. And they always release the same photon because it doesn't, let's see how to put it. It's because it can store energy. So it might release a photon because it got just nudged right when it was almost ready to release one. It's like poking a pregnant woman. Maybe she'll release the baby early. I don't know. That's a really bad analogy, but whatever. There's cause and effect explanations for the dynamics of the behavior of the physical universe. But all these quantum people, they want to reach for some sort of bizarre and extraordinary explanation because they don't want an ordinary explanation. Just like they don't want to accept a reality that they've been built basically to a Frankenstein blueprint. That's what they are. They're a monster, a consuming and reproducing monster. And even the most beautiful parts that they can perceive about themselves are just contrivances to keep them, walking through the mush and clubbing the shit and doing what they got to do to get through it. And just whapping that wheel. Keep turning that little squeaky wheel, chasing your fake gold, your synthetic cheese. And they don't like that reality, so they make up another story to explain it and metaphorize it so they can pretend they're not in the wheel, they're not futile, that their intelligence isn't just a manipulation tool that enables them to contrive excuses. That's exactly what they're doing, to perpetuate the monster's momentum. It's just all bullshit. So the real skepticism is the skepticism against the phantasmagorical menace that wants to keep aggrandizing what is a sad and tragic story of life and the reproduction is what it should be called. We should give it some other name, more descriptive of what life is. It's an infestation of matter. It's a Borg that takes over, that consumes matter and obliges it to be part of the consuming and reproducing entity, the biosystem, the biosphere. And that's what it is. And people can just keep telling all these fairy stories, but that's all they are, is fairy stories. So, fuck you, hugnow guy. You're really rude. You are unfair to the argument. You're just not a nice person. I don't like you. I think you suck. And I'm probably going to avoid any further discussion with you because you are totally unfair to the argument. Yeah. Look, you want to talk about something that doesn't matter? That's your business. Go talk about it. Well, I'm not going to waste time thinking it's some grand, immediately necessarily defined crisis that we don't know exactly why the speed of light is what it is. No, I don't. That question does not need an answer for us to understand what we are in substantive entirety, completely, satisfactorily enough. All right, enough of the video. Sorry, should have been better. Could have been, would have been. But, it is what it is. Till next time.